Jahan, ready?
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They find some open field here. Cook able to escape. They had trouble stopping the run last week in a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss like that where you gave up big yards running the football. This is not the way to go about it. It looks exactly as it did just a week ago.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
He may try, and I think the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. A big run there by Johnson. 72 yards.
72 yards. 1st down, Lions.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the red zone now, Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
Check 13, Omaha, remove. Hurry. Hey, Alpha.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jermaine Kearse. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a 1st quarter lead. Extra point good by Prater. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Play fake, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. So they are going to call on Dan Bailey here. His career long is 56 yards done in Seattle. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays, you can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it. That's what you're looking for.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford, he's going to rifle one deep, looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. This is the former Jet and Brown, Isaiah Crowell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. After 7-0 on EA Sports. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football. Seems like we've seen the Seahawks quite a bit in prime time the last few weeks, and we get them again tonight as they head down to L.A. to take on the Rams. And then tomorrow night for Monday Night Football, it's Giants-Eagles from chilly Philadelphia.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54.
On 2nd and 11 now, Stafford. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe tamp it down a little bit.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
On first down, Abdullah. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Throwing, Cousins. Open man is Thielen is complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. Here's Madison running on first down. A'Shawn Robinson there on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Watch the slack. Watch the slack.
From the 36, Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a... And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Now Stafford. Complete to Jones. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively rallying to the ball after the nice move. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Second down and 4.
Hey, Zoom.
To throw is Stafford. He goes full extension, and he's got it.
Maximum effort, partner. Minimal gain.
Yeah, minimal gain. Looked good, though. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Come on, double right.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And James has it. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a first down throw. Stafford. And he's going to go down here a sack. They push him back to the 34. Emerson Griffin racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap for Stafford. James has got it, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. And they start the second half with Johnson. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Stafford with a give. This is Riddick. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun. Stafford. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Corral. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Open man is Treadwell, and he's got it for the Minnesota touchdown. Laquan Treadwell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. On the ground, it's Riddick. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's third down.
Coming to you, coming to you. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Now it's Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Detroit. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. No gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Lions add on to their lead. Prater for the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 21. And they begin the drive with Abdullah. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards on the ground. Trailing here in the third, and that run might just be the spark that this offense needs.
And don't you just get the sense that he's going around not just in the huddle, but looking over at the bench and saying, ball, give me the ball. Let me carry this thing home.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Check.
On second and 12, Cousins. And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just 1 fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. On second and goal, Cousins, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Vikings are able to make this a close game again. Barely got the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Big 20.
Safety's great.
Here's Reddick. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
12 yards there and a first down. Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Riddick. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing deep for Galladay. This is caught at the 20. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. It looks so perfect up on the board.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's got daylight. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with, a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed, because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, his second touchdown on the season, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
32.
Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. He's got Curse. A big pickup there. 20 yards as they convert on 4th.
It's a gain of 20.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll run it again with Crowell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now. And you wonder, could they possibly think about taking a safety here? Taking it about the 36. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Lions will take over. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. The Redskins have scored yet again. They've really opened that one up. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side complete. It's James. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Galladay with time running out. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. The linebacker, Stephon Anthony with a pick. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. And they take a knee. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Lions, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the